Morning world, and welcome to Thursday, 9th of November. Let's be realistic here. I'm not going to get a tractor out on the ground out there anytime soon. So I've been hanging on and hanging on, hoping I can just do that last little bit of edge trimming. It's not going to happen. So the machine might as well come off. Okay, everybody in there seems quite happy, and the bed so far, actually remarkably, both sides of the barn, considering how much rain we've had, and we've had a lot, both sides of the shed have stayed remarkably clean. So what was this done? Was it yesterday, day before yesterday? And yeah, I'm in no hurry to get in there. That'll last another day. And the bale down the bottom there, pretty sure they got enough there for the rest of today. So the bales we had done, especially the hay, well, and the silage made it to the farm, much bigger than the bales we normally have. Yeah, you still got probably nearly half of that left. Yard's getting a bit mucky. Lots of people coming up with great ideas for me to keep the yard mucky, you know, putting tanks in and slats and stuff like that. Yeah, in an ideal world, I'd love to do that. But if you want to sit down and crunch the numbers of actually what that'll cost, and then bear in mind that there is very little assistance with grants for that kind of thing. Maybe 20% I could get grant to do the whole thing, but yeah, but first crunch the numbers and then work out what you'd have to borrow, and then how long it's going to take to pay that back, and would you ever pay that back, and do you want to go into retirement in debt? Yeah, so although I appreciate the ideas, and yeah, in an ideal world, if I had a limitless purse and I could do, I would do everything differently. But this has been built up a little bit at a time. I mean, Dad built that barn over there originally, but it's all tin, so not really any good for keeping livestock in. I mean, that's where I kept my sheep in the first few years, but tin roofs and livestock don't really go very well. So yeah, when I bought the place, first thing I put this barn up in the middle as just basically a storage barn, and then we put that one up over there, the far barn, as another storage barn, and then we put cattle in here because the 5 years had passed and we could put cattle in here. And then we put up that barn over there, and last all we put that barn up over there and the little one, which came out of my concreting fund. So for those of you that are fairly new to the channel, we did look at concrete in the yards, and as many of you will know, we have a channel membership. You guys are very, very much appreciated, and the membership seems to stay around about constant numbers, so you guys are staying, so yeah, again, appreciate that. But we had a choice of all the money that came into the farm from membership we put to one side, and that was literally, to begin with, a concrete fund for the yard. We sat and worked it out, and we decided the money was better spent on putting up buildings. So the concrete fund ended up being the little barn over there. So just more dry storage. Okay, so now we're building back up again, and concrete is something that would be nice for the future for the yards. I would never do the barn floors with concrete, these, because it drains better without. But the yards, yeah, I'd like to do that. But as soon as you've got concrete yards, hard surfaces that rainwater can get on, then the Environment Agency get involved, and then they want things like tanks and storage and everything else that goes with it. So, and at my age, do I really want to get into that? I wouldn't mind if I had heirs who were willing to take and happy to take it on, but I'm not doing it for somebody else. You know, if my girls decide that when I'm dead and gone they want to get rid of the farm, the only person who's going to benefit from all my expense is whoever takes it on next. Does that make sense? It makes perfect sense to me. Anyway, so their bed, although it's a little bit mucky, it's not mucky enough to worry about. Guys have got plenty of grub that side. I know the girls have got plenty of grub. I've already been down here once, so I know the girls have got plenty. So there is no rush, hurry to get involved with anything in the sheds yet. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to take the hedge trimmer off the tractor. It is coming up to 9:45 in the morning. I've got an appointment with my dentist this morning. She's lovely. And we're going to go and have my teeth looked at. And then this afternoon, I've got some trees to look at. Where did I put the key? Where did I put the key? And then maybe later on, we will look at, well, if they need it. If they need it. We'll look at doing something in here. What have I done with the bloody tractor keys? I know I put them in my pocket. Which pocket? Oh, bloody jeans pocket. I got them. So there's many reasons to get the hedge trimmer off. While it's on the tractor, I can't really do anything else. And I have other things to do. I'd like to get some muck spreading done, but that's not going to happen because I can't get out on the ground. I would maybe transport some muck to the farm. Maybe. We'll have a go at that. I could maybe get the shredder fixed and do some shredding. There's loads of reasons to get this thing off. And the only reason I was keeping it on was to do 100 metres of hedge over there, which is just going to have to wait till next year. They'll not put it back on for that. Right, we're just going to sit here and let her warm up a little bit. Don't drop that in there, take it outside. Okay, so before we put you away, we'll just have a look round. You're obviously bent, but I think that actually the hole in there is slightly elongated. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind changing that bolt. Okay, so the head's not spotlessly clean, so we might scrape some of this out. But I think what we're also going to do is just grease everything up before we put it away. That sounds like a good idea.
On the ground, no shade in the creek bed, and I lay my fears down, they won't go nowhere. Love is an echo
I did consider washing this off, but really flexible. I don't really want to put it away wet, so I think just getting this off by hand it is, after all, going indoors in the dry. And hopefully that's going to be enough, because the head is dirty. Okay, right. I'd say that's got 99.9% of it. So we'll take that out on the common, spin the head up, get the grease around everything, then we can put it away. While we're at it, I'll just put the rear leg down, because I nearly always forget to do this, and then I've kind of got the thing half off. Which way do you go? There you go. Oh, that's... Got it. That was really quite difficult. Left-handed, back to front, and yeah, round the twist. Okay. So I've still got a brake fluid warning on here. Yeah, we're still waiting for our engineer to come out and do some of the jobs. I won't say I've given up yet, but we're getting close. Okay, it's only a bit of soil coming out of here, so I've got no issues with chucking it out on the common. So right under the hedge. There's actually a little hole down there. It won't hurt to fill that up. There's a lump stuck behind the rotors that don't want to fall out. That's got it. That's it then, hedge trimming 2023 is done. There are still a few bits I could do, but not enough to make it worthwhile putting this thing back on again. So that's it, it's coming off and staying off. It's a fiddle putting the thing on. It's less of a fiddle taking it off, but it's still a fiddle. Okay, we've got to unlock the linkage down. Right. So while we're doing that, we just turn that off. Right, we'll do it for the other side. It's a bit crowded that side. Okay, now I could drop him down. I gotta go that way, about 2 inches. And square. Okay. That I think is lined up, but we'll double check from outside. Make sure all the pads are underneath the feet. And then once that's done, we'll drop the head down, get that relaxed on the floor, get everything relaxed on the floor, and then we can uncouple everything and take it off. You could actually do it coming back another inch. Got about, yeah, we'll come back a few more inches. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. All 3 feet sitting down properly. Okay. Bit close to the tyre. Okay. I think we'll push him out that way a little bit. Because that's just going to make it harder to put the thing back on next year. If I leave it like that. Get everything relaxed. Okay. Right. I want a bit of blue rope. You'll see why in a second. My lovely neighbour Mrs. Jones just rung up, said could she have a couple of scoops of wood chip for her pullets because they're punting around in poo. I've told them to come and help themselves. They helped me out enough. Okay. Why do I want a bit of blue rope to take off a hedge trimmer? I know you're asking the question. Show you. This will keep the health and safety man happy, this will. Right, I reckon I'm going to want about that much. There it is. Right then, shall we? Right, everything's still attached for a minute, nothing's taken off the tractor, so I'm not climbing on an unsafe surface. Well, I am, but not really unsafe. A little bit more. So can you see what we're doing now? Can you see what we're at? So we don't want anything falling over on anybody. Got enough to go in there? Yeah. Let's go in the back as well. We'll double him up. See, not dangerous at all. I was a mountain goat in a previous life. Okay, so I didn't record the last bit. The camera just turned itself off. I thought it was still recording. So literally all I've done is I've taken the control unit off there, which is simply slacking off those two butterfly screws. Slides forward, up and off. So I'm not putting it back together again to show you, because that's all it is. Engine's off, so I can disconnect PTO. So a bit of string there. I'm going to tie this back up. I took it all apart last year, but I think this year I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to tie this up, so the weight of the top link's going to hold it back anyway. Again, there's no reason this should fall down, but should for any reason my granddaughter come down here or something and decide to climb on this, no reason why she should, none at all. But just in case, that's the last bit of string I use. I'm not sure if that's really man enough for the job. Let's have that off of there. We'll have a nice new bit. Yeah, it's a case of my grandkids aren't really old enough yet to be truly wandering around the farm getting up to mischief, but she's 4, so it's not long. It's not long. So you pinch there, that's okay. So just for the sake of a bit of string and a couple of minutes, just tie stuff up. It can't fall down. Worst she can do on this is get covered in grease. Done. Okay, PTO off. Where's my button? There it is. You can go down there. And finally, control box. You can go over there. I'll tidy that up in a minute. Okay, so we should now, thought that was broken there, we should now be able to just pull out the wormises. Put Biscuit's bed back. Like that. Alright, let's tidy this up. Right, I've just seen Mr. Jones come in for his first bucket full of chip. So might catch him on the way back out again. But there you are. That's hedge trimmer off and secured. No, I think he's been and gone. That's all right. He's coming back. Oh, okay, thank you. Alright, that's that for this morning. How we're doing for time? Okay, so dental appointment's in an hour and 20 minutes. I need to get anything else done between there and now, am I? So, cleaned up, cup of coffee, and then we'll come back to it.